So, I am a waitress here. So I kind of witnessed a lot of these story slams, and I always thought, man, I really want to tell a story about Antonio. I hope there's a theme coming up sometime soon that, you can talk about Antonio. And I check, the little cards that I have to pick up every night on all the tables, and I saw neighbors. Yes. So, Antonio is my neighbor. The first time I met him, he's in his late 80s. I'm not exactly sure the exact age that he is, but the first time I met him, he was wearing short, running shorts from the 1970s, sitting in a chair on his porch. Thanks. And, it's going to take up time here. Okay, and his wang-a-dang doodle was hanging out of the side of the shorts. And he's a super friendly person. He's the kind of person that you'll be halfway down the block, and he'll be like, excuse me, have a great day. Like, that's the kind of person that he is. And the accent that I was trying to imitate was, he was born in Cape Verde to a Portuguese man that came and had a child out of wedlock with a native Cape Verdean woman. And he left. He stayed there. He told me about, like being in the fields when he was a toddler and being under the skirts of all the women in the town in the sunlight. And eventually he was shanghaied onto a cruise ship and spent his life on a cruise ship. And eventually made his way to Philadelphia and spent a lot of time working at bookbinders, the old bookbinders, and made it to my block that I live on. And I started to spend time with Antonio because I'm like, this guy's great, I've already seen his wang-a-dang doodle and got to know more about this guy. And made it into his house, which is amazing. He's got like busks of John F. Kennedy. He's got crab shells on his wall for decoration. He blasts a boombox in his foyer of Latin music, because he really loves Latin music. He makes his own wine by crushing grapes in a dirty white bucket mixed with vodka, and then pours it into old Martini Rossi bottles and Cinzano. Is it Cinzano? Is that a... Okay, I asked Robin at the bar, I was like, is Cinzano, does that exist? Is that just a figment of my imagination? And then he offers it to you, and you see things floating in it. He's offered me chicken from a refrigerator from the 1930s that is in his porch and is not plugged in. And I realized that this is a story, and all I've been doing is describing things, but he's that kind of guy, and it's that kind of house. So one time I was over there, and in between him making me drink this homemade wine, and also offering to make love to me, which he does, and I have to say, Antonio, I'm leaving. If you're going to keep talking like that, I'm going to leave. What would Todd think? Todd's my boyfriend, and he goes, he doesn't have to know. And it's gotten extremely graphic in the things that he's going to do to me. But anyway, so he told me one time when I was hanging out with him that and playing his bongo, which is on wheels, that his house used to be occupied by FDR, as in Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And I'm very gullible. I once met Mr. Wendell on the street in Miami, and I believed truly that it was Mr. Wendell from the song from Arrested Development. Still do. So he told me that FDR lived in his house, and I was like, hey, who am I to say no? So he says, he did, I'm going to take you upstairs. He's already offered to suck on my... And I make the conscious decision to go upstairs with this man, who's 87. So we go upstairs to his bedroom, and it smells like urine. And he has a string hanging from a light, picture of the Titanic on his wall. And he brings me to this Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe-esque thing, and he pulls out a suit jacket, and he goes, "Let me show you this." And he pulls out of the suit jacket a ticket stub from the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia for Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And it was the most beautiful ticket I'd ever seen. It was like something from the Chicago World Fair in the 1800s. And I saw it, and I looked at him, and I realized that he did not live there, that it was a complete figment. But I realized that for the sake of his story, that I need to say that he actually did, and I looked at him and I said, he did, he lived here. Thank you.